So you know what's up. You saw talent from the six. You know we had to get the rest of the world in the mix. The urban franchise, Tony Montana. Gonna sit at the desk for guessing. Show you what they're about to. Tell you who they are. Let them promote what they got going on. And show you guys how awesome they are. Cause if they weren't awesome, they wouldn't be on the show. It is Down to Talk with Tony Montana, baby. We have the most, and 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 we have the most. What is going on, peeps? I'm the urban franchise, Tony Montana. And once again, I'm joined by my special guest host, Manny Brar. And this week, we have one of the most amazing authors and influential fundraisers in Toronto right now.
And it's Mr. Mori, cheskes. Welcome in.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Thank you so much for joining us, Maury. Tell the peeps a little bit about yourself.
So I published my own graphic novel based on a story I wrote when I was a kid. So I'm big into comic books. It's a big, exciting project. I'm also a fundraising manager for public outreach. And we represent charities like Sick Kids, CAMH, Doctors Without Borders. And I'm also currently studying screenwriting at George Brown College.
Wow, that's really cool. Your hands are full.
Yes, sir.
Really busy man.
Yes, sir.
So, you wrote the story from when you were younger. What's the name of it?
So it's called Flame, and it's about this war veteran, anti-hero, street vigilante, who's faced against this drug cartel that has links with this nuclear terrorist group. So it's a pretty fun read. You can check it out on Amazon if you're interested. And it's especially nostalgic for me because I wrote this story, like I said, when I was a kid. So that's why I thought it'd be a cool project to start off with.
That's awesome. You sent me a few pics. They looked awesome. I was going to ask you for a link. You already sent me the link. So it's just like, when I saw those, I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. This is just like a regular guy from Toronto wrote this? That's cool.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And I'm like, am I one of your first interviews?
So I actually did some radio interviews
Right on.
with Paul Nadeau. I don't know if you know him.
I've heard the name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Kate Delaney did one with her as well.
Oh, right on.
Oh,
Yeah, so you can check that out too if it's. I'm pretty sure Paul's isn't available yet, but it will be.
Cool.
Yeah.
So tell everyone a little bit about the story in this comic.
So I mean, like I said, he's this war veteran. Has a lot of guilt because some of his fellow troops died in this big, graphic battle. He's trying to reinvent himself as this character Flame, and we learn more about his identity along the way. And it's a fairly simple story, but it's really gritty dialogue, really raw action and whatnot. And like I said, I felt like it was a good project to start off with because it's I had such a strong foundation for it even as a little kid. So yeah.
So how did that feel actually seeing it come to life? Something you started as a child and then just like when it was printed and it was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, unreal. And the artist I collaborated with really saw my vision. He did such a good job.
So who did you get to do the art on that?
His name is JC Grand. He's a very talented artist. He lives in El Salvador.
Yep.
So if you want to check out his stuff online too, he's got a really great portfolio. He's an awesome artist.
Right on. We'll try to put that down in the description down below so they can check it out. So what was your inspirations? Being a comic fan, writing your own comic. I'm a total blur. I'm like one of the biggest Superman stans in the world. So
Batman fan. Yeah.
who was your inspiration?
Wolverine is a huge inspiration for me because he's that anti-hero.
You got the leather jacket.
I'm
You got
also
the
rocking the leather jacket.
Yeah.
And I think characters are more interesting when they're conflicted.
Yeah.
When they're not so perfect all the time. When they're more three-dimensional.
Yeah.
They have flaws. They have vices. Those are the characters I'm drawn to.
No, Wolverine is like one of the biggest badass. Plus, being Canadian just adds to it too, right?
Yeah.
But he stands out of any mutant. No one stands out more than Wolverine.
No question. Yeah.
So out of the entire MCU and the Fox and the Sony film universes and everything else extended Marvel, what would you say was your top Marvel film?
My top Marvel film, I guess that would be between the first Iron Man. I was such a huge fan because finally it was like a superhero with attitude.
Yeah, that's true.
And Robert Downey just crushes it. So that would definitely be one. And for the other one, I mean, even like the classic, the first Spider-Man, when it came
Yeah.
out, it was so mind-blowing.
That
Like,
is true.
They took, special effects CGI to the next level. And then that's kind of what started that huge...
I remember seeing Tobey Maguire, and he just
Yeah.
looked like the Spider-Man from the cartoon when I was a kid.
Right?
And I
Did
was
you watch
like,
the 90s one?
Oh yeah, that was my kid one.
I
That
love
was
the 90s
That
one.
was like the best Spider-Man cartoon of them all.
Absolutely. It also had that dirty lick at the beginning, that guitar lick.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. The intro was just so hyped.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, that show was still the best. I feel like if that was on, I would still watch
Oh,
it.
totally.
Yeah.
Well, it's on Disney now, right?
The 90s one?
Yeah.
If it is, in a heartbeat, I would watch it.
They're continuing the X-Men, the 90s X-Men, which is like when I heard they're going to continue that, I was like, oh my God. That's
awesome.
hype.
Yeah.
Gotta get on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Right on.
So, we talked about Marvel. What's your top DC movie?
Top DC, I mean, I gotta go with Batman.
Yeah.
Batman's also probably one of my favorite superheroes of all time. Because
Which Batman?
So which I mean, Dark Knight, man. Such a good film.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you can't beat, Joker versus Batman because they're such polar opposites. That's
This
why
is
it makes
true.
it such a good rivalry. But I hear the new one is unreal.
I've heard that too.
Really hyped. I want to see it really badly.
I'm old school, so Michael Keaton's still my guy.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
excited
he did
to
a
see him
great job.
back.
Yeah.
Ironically, I'll say this, and not a lot of people agree with me. I feel Ben Affleck was one of the best Bruce Waynes ever casted. Because I feel Ben Affleck personified what Bruce Wayne should look like. And then when you saw him in the costume, he was just as big as Henry Cavill. And Superman's supposed to be as big as Batman, right? Yeah. So I was just like, he was the perfect Batman. A lot of people don't like it.
I love it. Yeah.
I love Ben Affleck.
And I think you're right.
I like Ben Affleck too. I don't even think. I mean, I've seen bits of the movie. From what I saw, I didn't love it, but I didn't think it was because of him. I think he did a good job.
Yeah.
I wasn't in love with the script.
True. So you haven't seen the Snyderverse cut?
I haven't, but I hear it's actually better. Like,
I've watched it 47 times.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that one's 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the huge one.
Okay, I gotta hop on that train.
That one was okay. That made it.
I gotta check that out then. Yeah.
So, what was your other inspirations from the comic world, like growing up?
I mean, I read a lot about Stan Lee, how he was used to defeat. Like, a lot of people turned down even Spider-Man. Like, he had a really hard time getting it published.
Yeah.
So I think he has a really inspirational story motivation, just to keep following your passions, even if, you get a few closed doors on the way. And that's something I implement with fundraising too. So he's a huge inspiration.
Right on.
And yeah.
Did you read anything other than Marvel or DC, like Top Cow or anything, or Image or McFarlane stuff?
Not so much, but I know there's also a big audience for anime kind of superheroes.
Right on.
I think I probably watched a bit of Dragon Ball Z. I don't know.
Yeah, you were anime? Yeah. I was a big anime guy growing up. Dragon Ball, that was the big thing for us in the 90s.
Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Z? No, not for me.
No? So you work for Public Outreach.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you tell us a bit about them?
So they are an unreal fundraising company, really young, dynamic, a lot of fun, younger people to work with,
Right on.
and just really genuine. I mean, they have so many different charities, Sick Kids, CAMH, Greenpeace, so tackling all these different issues.
Yeah.
And they do such a good job of, giving you a flexible schedule, being really attentive to your needs and whatnot. And having that flexible schedule also allowed me to pursue my other artistic projects and everything. So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Any inspiring stories that you've seen while you were fundraising?
While I was fundraising, I remember seeing people who could barely afford their own rent, but they were so moved by what we were doing, whether it's like Doctors Without Borders, providing kids with food, shelter, whatever, like that they'd even people with really bad financial situations, the fact that they were still willing to donate and, participate in what these charities
And
are
still
doing.
help,
Exactly. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Public Outreach, they help a lot of people. I've actually gone through their interview process. It's quite interesting. Why do you tell everyone? It's like one of the most fun interview processes I've ever done in my life. Why do you tell everyone a bit about how they go through, what they get in?
Yeah, I mean, they ask you some fun questions. I think they want to keep the mood light.
Yeah.
And I think they really want to make sure that you're an animated person, so they let you kind of practice stopping people on the street saying like, hey, what's your favorite color, what's your favorite whatever, like just to start building rapport with people. So that was kind of like what the interview process was like for me. And it's I've done a lot of different jobs, but this was something that actually felt right. Like it felt like a good
that's the thing. I remember when I went there, it was just like the whole opportunity to be able to actually work where your work is helping people instead of just making someone at the top richer. You're actually doing a job that your hard work and your hours is actually benefiting people who actually truly need it. That's why I've always respected public outreach and what they've done. Anytime I've encountered them, I've already donated in the past or was donating. Even if I would still stop, have a talk with them. I'm like, hey, you want to smoke? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Just, I know a lot of people reject you guys when you're out there, which I kind of feel like a dick move. But it's just like, you're out there for a good cause. People should at least give you the time to listen to what you're trying to do because you're trying to make the world a better place.
Totally.
And thank you for that. Thank you for your time there. Thank you, public outreach, for what you're doing. It's like great to see that there's actually companies legitimately out there helping people out there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thanks so much.
No, absolutely. No. So, we're going to wrap it up. What do you have anything you want to say to the peeps? Any final messages?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what I've been noticing with this crazy pandemic, it's been kind of a hard mental health battle for a lot of people. And so I just kind of want to remind, everyone listening that, obviously being active, playing sports, being social, but also having a creative outlet is a really good healing mechanism on its own. Just, using this time to be creative, to get your thoughts on paper and all this seclusion, it can inspire some really creative thoughts. So I would definitely want to motivate people to get into that.
Absolutely. No, these last 2 years, the toll it's taken on people's mental health for a lot of people.
A lot,
It got a lot worse. And then some people got better. But it's just like, I absolutely agree with what you just said. So we have another question for you.
Yes.
And it's coming from this man right here.
Yeah, just a fun question. Which superhero did you dress up as at Halloween?
That's so funny. I actually did dress up as a kind of mix between Clark Kent and Superman. I had like a Superman shirt, and I had the Clark Kent glasses.
The nerdy look with the shirt open.
Yes, sir.
That's like the easiest costume.
Yeah.
It's easy.
I've done it too.
You've done it, right.
There's a brown Superman in town.
Yeah, man, because I had the blazer and I'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
just to show
All
it
you
off,
need is a Superman shirt, and like the rest, you got to maybe just a white shirt, just have it open. It's an easy get up. Oh, good one,
sir.
man.
Yeah,
any other ones? Or
any other superhero costumes?
Maybe when you were a kid, or
when I was a kid, I think I dressed up as a Ninja Turtle once.
Yeah, okay. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
I gotta go with Michelangelo.
He's
a party dude.
Guy.
He's my guy. Yeah.
I'm a Leonardo guy, but I think I became a Raphael guy as I got older because he was the bad at.
I was Raphael first, and then I went Michelangelo. Yeah, and I was like, and they're all really
it's hard to pick.
they're all a part of me. I feel all of them.
Yeah, no, they're awesome.
So one final question.
Yes.
How long have you lived in Toronto?
Whole life, born and raised.
Where is the best place to get a Jamaican beef patty?
Jamaican beef patty. I would say west of Eglinton. Like Eglinton Station. If you keep walking west. You'll find a lot of good Jamaican patty spots. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. We gotta do an episode.
There.
We gotta do an episode. Right on.
Yes, you should.
Okay. Where can everyone find you on social media?
Yes. So Maury cheskes at Maury cheskes, Instagram MauryCheskes. And if you look through my pictures, you'll see some links to my website and the graphic novel. And I'm also working on another project, just something I didn't mention. It's called Dino Man, about this paleontologist, half man, half dinosaur. You should check it out also once it's ready.
Right on. Tell us a little bit more about that. We have time.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So this, scientist, he's obsessed with dinosaur genetics, and he thinks he can improve humankind by, adding extracts of their DNA. So give humans better eyesight, better smelling mechanisms, physical capabilities.
Yeah.
So, his intentions are good, but he does become this horrible, half-mutated, half-man, half-dinosaur. So I definitely want you to check it out when it's ready. I'm actually illustrating that one, too.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
Good
man.
job. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
All
you.
the links to Maury's work, his social media, the comic, his future work will be in the description down below. We will have him back for sure because I'm a comic nerd. He's never been to Comic-Con, so I want to take him to his first one day. Stay good, peeps, and keep it blitz.
The rest of the world in the mix. The urban franchise, Tony Montana. Gonna sit at the desk for guessing. Show you what they're about to. Tell you who they are. Let them promote what they got going on. And show you guys how awesome they are. Cause if they weren't awesome, they wouldn't be on the show. It is down to talk with Tony Montana, baby. We have the most, and 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 we have the most.